Hey, how's it going? It's me, Mikey. I hope you're having some wonderful holiday time, whatever you celebrate, whatever you don't celebrate. I hope you're enjoying this end of the year. And because it's the end of the year, most people kind of get reflective, right? Isn't that the word? They think about what has transpired in the last 365 days. And so I wanted to take the time, I wanted to do just that. I wanted to talk to you about how 2022 went for me, for a funny little guy, and where I want us to go in 2023, what the roadmap is, what the plan is. But before I do, let's just get this out of the way. Game of the year, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Movie of the year, I didn't really watch that many new movies this year. I just kind of watched old ones that I had never seen. So let's go with the only one that I saw in theaters, which was The Batman. TV show of the year, I would say either The Rehearsal or Better Call Saul. They were both equal levels of solid for me. I'd also like to recommend Andor. If you've grown to hate Star Wars like I have, Andor was really good. Best stream of the year that I did. I would say the Disaster Report streams were probably my best ones all year. Which is why they're getting edited into videos. The first of which you can watch when the card appears above my head. Best clip from my stream. Yo, who wants their dick sucks? I'll get the grapefruit out. Alright, with that out of the way, let's talk about 2022. It sucked. Speaking purely from like a personal standpoint, 2022 was like one of the worst years I've had in a long time. My dad fell and broke his leg and some ribs. My job has become harder than it's ever been before and is taking up more time than it ever has before. And everything I've tried to do to get out of the job to find a new job hasn't worked. A lot of applications filled out and a lot of applications rejected. For me, 2022 felt like all of the problems of 2021 are back and significantly worse, which makes me really worried for 2023, where I'm predicting those problems are going to come back and be significantly more worse. It's sort of made me feel like I'm trying to beat the clock. Like, the time I have left to enjoy the things that I enjoy, like even the littlest things, is quickly fleeting, and each failure is like a deafening gunshot in my ear. It launches me into a panic to reroute my entire life for an objective and a path I don't know yet. Been a rough year. It wasn't all bad. There was some good in all of the shit that I was shoveling the whole year. There were some moments, some things that were truly good. The streams are what got me through this year. Kept me solid. Kept me consistent. Kept me level. I've had some of the most fun I could ask for doing the streams this year. And specifically, like, laughing at jokes chat made. Like, I'm supposed to be the entertainer, I'm supposed to make you laugh, but you guys have done that for me. And now there's more of you than ever, you know. I hit 200 followers on Twitch this year, which is just nuts, you know. And I really just want to say thank you. I am deeply, deeply thankful and grateful for you guys. I know it's cliche, and I'm sure you're gonna hear this from 100 other content creators this year, but I don't know what I would do without you guys. And whatever I would be doing, it probably would not be very good. You guys are constantly hyping me up, pepping me up, making me feel like what I'm doing is something, and I don't mean just necessarily like, oh, you make me feel like playing video games is a worthwhile endeavor. I mean, you make me feel like getting out of bed is a worthwhile endeavor. You make me feel like going to my day job and suffering through whatever it decides to give me is a worthwhile endeavor. And I don't know how to express to you how truly grateful I am. There was a point where I was streaming to 0 viewers, which you gotta do that. When you start out as a streamer, you have to stream to 0 viewers and find your people. And I would stream every day to 0 viewers, and every day I would end the stream and I would just be miserable. And it was actually doing me more harm than good to stream. And in the last 2 years, and specifically this year, streaming's been the best part of my life. Streaming has been the good in my life. And all that time that I spent just hoping and praying and wishing for just one person to believe in me. Just one. I just needed one person to come to the stream, to hang out. And it's more than one person now. I don't know if I deserve that level of kindness. But I will continue to try to show you how truly much it means to me, and how thankful I am. And if you spent the time watching me this year, whether it was on Twitch or YouTube or TikTok or Twitter, you've lifted me up in such a powerful way. You've given me hope in a way that I don't feel like I can let you down. Or at least I'm going to try not to. I finally feel like I'm, starting to chisel out a little community. And it's just a community based on making each other laugh and being nice to each other. And it means everything to me. So thank you. Another thing I guess I should talk about is that 2022 was the end of Fudge Films and the birth of Funny Little Guy. I don't have really that much to say about this that I haven't spoken on in videos like this, but I'll say this: Fudge Films was deeply, instrumental in getting me to a point, but it was never. I don't think it was ever gonna really succeed. I just don't think I have the chops for sketch comedy. I certainly have a passion for it, and I don't really think I was too bad at it. But the more streaming I did, the more evident it was to me that like I'm better at this than I ever was at that. I feel more free in this than I ever felt in that. But that what I accomplished in that helps me to do this. And will help me to do things I would like to do with this. So I was really nervous when dropping Fudge Films and switching to Funny Little Guy. Really nervous that people were going to hold some kind of attachment to Fudge Films, or at the very least they weren't going to understand that I was something new, and that didn't happen. People it was pretty much just, oh, one door closed, oh, okay, another door open, we're gonna walk through that. It was not, people weren't messaging me, where's Fudge Films? People pretty much instantly got like, yep, I'm Funny Little Guy now. I'm focused fully on streaming, which, I mean, the last year of Fudge Films was really all about streaming as well. But there'll always be a part of me, I think, that'll be thinking about Fudge Films and the friends I had in Fudge Films and the mistakes I certainly made in Fudge Films. But it wasn't indicative of who I currently am, and the baggage, I feel like the baggage of those previous mistakes really weighed down my enjoyment. So casting off Fudge Films felt like casting off a previous version of myself, and I'm Funny Little Guy. For better or for worse. My goal with streaming is always to make better and better streams and funnier stuff and higher quality content. And I felt like this year in particular was really strong, or at least was a step up. I feel like last year, 2021, was the first year where I started having like consistently decent streams. And if that's true for like more than just my eyes, This year was the first time I had consistently, like, pretty good streams. There were still some really bad ones here or there, sprinkled in. But we didn't end up with, you know, full-on tech support streams and, or at least not too many of them. You've helped make me, like, more comfortable as a streamer. And the more comfortable I am, the easier it is for shit to just flow. But in particular this year, I made the conscious decision to laugh more on my stream, which is gonna sound weird, okay? Like, if my streams are so good, why don't you laugh more? Well, my thought was, you don't see a stand-up comedian laugh at their own jokes, usually. You don't see a sketch actor laugh at their own jokes. I didn't think I should laugh at my own jokes. But in my effort to get better as a streamer, I watched streamers. And I realized they don't adhere to this strict no laughing rule I've put on myself. So I laughed when I wanted to laugh, and you made it so easy for me to laugh. So it's just made streaming fun. And if I'm having fun, I hope that I'm putting that fun back into what you're watching, and you know, it's a cycle. It's a snake eating its own tail or something. But I hope I hope it's kind of transparent that I'm trying my best to get even better, to improve over and over and over again. There were certainly bad streams at times this year. But I'm closing this year feeling like I'm in a position where I can make, like, most games an entertaining couple of hours. You know, there are those streamers that, like, can make anything a great stream. I'm not there yet. I know I'm not there yet. Maybe someday I will be there. But I feel confident enough that I can take most games and make something entertaining out of it. Or at the very least, I'm better at picking which games will make an entertaining stream. And I feel like that's maybe not the most important skill when it comes to streaming, but is certainly a skill I did not have refined before. And, well, you know, just because the pencil is, you know, colored red, doesn't mean it shouldn't be sharpened, you know? I don't know where to put this in, like, my outline of things. It's just kind of a paragraph, just kind of floating in the middle of the Google Doc. But I did sponsored streams this year, which never would have happened if you guys weren't showing up for the streams and supporting me. So, like, let me just say that, like, thank you for that. I only did 2 because I got a lot more offers than just 2, but I don't feel comfortable doing sponsored streams for, like, products and services that you have to pay for. At least not at this time. Like, maybe somewhere down the road I'll be like, yeah guys, hey, you got to spend $20, but then I get, you know, $30, you know? But right now that's not really something I'm interested in. So I did sponsored streams of games where you had to, you know, make an account, play to a certain level, and then I got some money in my pocket. I did Raid Shadow Legends. That was my first sponsored stream. Yeah. I got the Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship, baby. We made it, baby. And that went pretty well. But the big one for me this year was the Star Trek Fleet Command stream, where I tried to kind of implement, almost make an event out of it. You know, I tried to implement bigger and crazier things to show my appreciation for you guys showing up and doing that for me. Like, I tried to make it worth your time, and I hope it was. But I was really proud of that one. I really thought, especially that the opening and ending to that were some of the best stuff I've ever done streaming. And yeah, you guys went nuts. The support for those streams was insane. Specifically the Raid Shadow Legends stream. I don't think they were expecting that many people based on my analytics and the metrics and the numbers. And so, like, we hit the maximum amount of money that they would give me. Yeah, I just want to say thanks for that. Like, I'm nowhere near being able to do this full time. I don't even make like $50 a month from streaming, but being able to do those sponsorships was such a fun, like, step into professional streaming, and it was a step of growth, you know? Like, that's been this entire year for me, I think, with streaming, has been just steps of growth. Maybe not leaps, maybe not bounds. In some places, sure, but certainly steps. And that's deeply important. Like, you don't always need to full running backwards long jump up the stairs. It's okay to just take it one or two steps at a time. And I think that was this year for streaming, a refinement and one or two steps towards a goal and some progress. And I'm not trying to sound like a broken record, but I'm so deeply thankful. How many times have you heard me say that already this video? I could not have done it without you guys. So thank you again. How many times will Mike say thankful and thank you and grateful in this video? We'll find out. Hey, tally it and let me know in the comments down below. Something else that happened this year, another big upgrade, was that I finally got the new PC. A new PC. And I've been using it to try and push my streams to a higher level of both fidelity and quality. Obviously, I'm now using DSLR camera, but it's just nice not to have to do like tech support streams. Even on nights when I've like tested out the thing before the stream, having to spend like 45 minutes trying to get it to work again. It's really like opened a lot of doors for what I can stream. And I'm still like trying to get used to that. I'm still kind of in the old headspace. Like, I'm not used to the fact like, oh yeah, I can play the hottest new games, the hottest new PC games. Yeah, we can do Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, we can do this. Like, I'm still not in that headspace, and I'm trying to get in that headspace because I think this is really gonna be the big change, you know? Just to see how many like doors are gonna open, you know, how much more variety and weird shit can I do now that I have a PC that's not falling apart and catching on fire? Let me tell you, I've got some big stream ideas for 2023 that would not be possible even as an idea on the old PC. Which, this seems like a pretty decent segue into talking about my personal goals and what I would like to do in 2023. I guess both from a personal and funny little guy standpoint. From a personal standpoint, like, I'm obviously hoping 2023 is going to be my year. Hoping I can get out of my current day job, find something new, find something better. Obviously, I mean, I'm not going to beat around the bush, and I'm not going to be cute about it. I want to be as straightforward about this as I can be. I would love to do this full time. I would love to do Funny Little Guy as my full-time job. And there's a lot of ways that I feel like I can excel if I was able to. If I had the time to edit more videos and edit more TikToks and build bigger and crazier stream ideas, I feel like I could justify it, you know? I can justify your Twitch subs. But that's how I personally feel. Whether you feel what I do is justified, whether you feel your monetary contribution is justified by what I put out, is up to you. So while I would love to do this full time, I'm not necessarily going nuts promoting myself, going nuts begging for money, because at the end of the day, this is still a hobby. This is a hobby I want to do as a full-time job, sure, but this is still a hobby to me. A hobby that means a lot to me, but it's a hobby. And I need to feel secure in the quality of what I'm making. I need to feel good about the dumb jokes I'm saying and the videos I'm releasing before I can really take your money, you know? And I think I'm at a point where I'm finally making real strides towards the quality I hold myself to. But I'm not there yet. I'll be honest, I'm not. And so I don't necessarily know if I'm worthy of doing this full time yet, but I'm going to keep trying, and I'm not giving up hope. I really truly believe sometime, someday, some year, I'll be able to do this full time and justify your confidence financially and personally. And do I hope that that year is 2023? Sure. Of course I do. But that's not my goal for 2023. My goal for 2023 is about just putting on an even better show, an even funner experience, a cooler chat. That's my goal, is to just keep making better streams. If I just keep getting better and better and working, oh, I'll turn out. It'll happen. Hopefully. Let me talk about a couple of streams I would like to do in 2023. So starting here real soon, if you like the Disaster Report video, I will be playing a sequel, Raw Danger. That game is currently in the mail right now, and I've been told Raw Danger is even better than Disaster Report, and Disaster Report was my favorite streams of this year, so you're probably gonna want to come around and see that. I want to do some IRL streams this year. Again, I don't really know what. Time permitted and resources permitted, I would love to go to some places and just hang out and stream from there. Not like touristy stuff. Like, I don't want to go to like, oh, here we are, New York City. Oh, they got the Statue of Liberty. I want to do like, I want to go like camping and then just like get a shot of like a nice landscape and hang out and just talk to chat. I want to get a big Logitech steering wheel. Now that I've got a PC that can run games and stream, I want to get a big steering wheel and do some trucking streams and some racing streams. I've kind of jokingly talked up a God's Drunkest Driver stream. Whether that one happens or not, I got to check with the old marketing department and see whether that joke is too edgy or not. But that's something I think you can definitely expect to see in 2023. Obviously, I'm going to be streaming some of the big releases, at least the ones that interest me. You know, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is the biggest one on my mind right now. I cannot wait for that to come out, as sure you can't, but I think those are going to make some good streams. In mid-spring, right now it's lightly penciled into my schedule as the end of March and the beginning of April, when I switched from Funny Little Guy to, when I switched from Fudge Films to Funny Little Guy, which was April 1st. So somewhere in that window, I would like to do a subathon, but it would be either a reverse subathon where you gift subs or donate bits on Twitch and it removes time from the timer, or a War of the Subathon where, like, if you gift subs it bumps up the timer, but if you give bits it brings down the timer. And then I will be playing like the worst games of all time, like this shit, and you know, spin a big wheel and I'll have all these terrible games, but then I'll have like good games as well. Like, it's in real rough stages, but I'm telling you, I guess this far out, because I think I'm gonna do it. Just because I think it would be a fun concept. I don't even care about the money. Well, you know, that much. But I just think it would be a fun concept to have chat warring over how long a stream goes and whether I'm tortured or pleasured. But pleasured by good games, not pleasured in any other way. So, yeah, end of March, start of April. So start saving your money now, I guess is why I'm telling you this. Put away, call the bank, get a loan, get a new, checking account set up. High interest rate or however that works. Start putting money into it. And, I'll make a formal announcement closer to the date when I have more details planned. And I'll say this. If you have any ideas for streams, I have a Discord. Funny Little Guy Discord. You can find it on my link tree. There's a text channel called Suggestion Box. Please, by all means, post ideas for streams in there. Games you'd like to see, bits you think would be funny. Obviously, once you post them, you can't sue me. If you post in there, do a stream where you burp, and then I burp on stream, you can't be like, stole my idea. Legally binding. This video is legally binding. I own your ideas after you post them. I feel like I gotta say this, because it could happen, you know? But post in Suggestion Box, because the worst thing that could happen is I just ignore it. In fact, the best thing that could happen is also I ignore it, because I don't really react to any of them, but it starts formulating ideas in my mind. So I would love to hear what you think would make fun stream games, what you think would make fun streams. The Funny Little Guy Discord is, well, genuine. I mean, it's my Discord, so I'm a little bit biased here, but it's a great place to hang out, tell jokes, talk about old PS2 games, share news that Yuji Naka got arrested again. Really proud of that place. Really proud of the community in there. So, obviously, one of my big goals for 2023 is more videos. There's a reason there wasn't a video for 7 months. I tried to edit a video of my Kirby and the Forgotten Land bonk build streams. And I kind of lost my mind. I don't super want to get into it, but there's only so many times I could start that video over. And finally, after 7 months, it was like, it's just, I can't get it to work. Again, I hold myself, and this might be shocking sometimes if you watch my streams, I hold myself to a pretty high level of quality. Like, I don't want to put out specifically a video that I'm not proud of, because that's the final say on those streams. That video is the last time I'll ever be able to take those streams and mold them into something. And I just was never happy with this Kirby video. So it took me 7 months until I finally abandoned it. But we're back on track now. Disaster Report Part 1 went up. This is the 3rd time I've plugged at this video. Hopefully I can put a card in 3rd time. Part 2 is coming soon. There might be a Part 3, or Part 2 might be a little bit longer. I'm not sure yet. And then from there, I'm going to be editing Silent Hill 2, Sonic Frontiers, maybe. There's going to be a lot of videos coming your way. Hopefully. If nothing else gets gummed up and I keep putting out good streams, the YouTube is going to be fairly consistent. I'd like to get at least one video out a month. So if you like that, and for some reason you're not already subscribed to the YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube. Click the subscribe. Ring that bell. Follow me over on Twitch. I don't... You know what to do. You're smart. Your parents don't give you enough credit. You're smart. You know how to subscribe on YouTube. You know how to follow on Twitch. You know how to follow on Twitter. I don't need to tell you what to do. I have a lot more stream ideas. But some of them are real. They are spermial ideas. Is that a word? That I don't want to say, like, and in 2023, yes, you can expect, I'm going to get the U.S. Olympic rugby team together, and they're going to beat the shit out of me for 3 hours. I don't want to commit to stuff like that. But I'll say, ideas are always forming. Thoughts are always popping. My brain never stops. It's why I had to take melatonin to go to sleep. So, if you like what I'm doing here, I appreciate it. If you enjoy my streams, you enjoy my videos, if for some reason you just enjoy my Twitter, which is weird, my Twitter sucks, but thanks. You've made 2023 exciting. I'm excited for the next year. I'm worried. I'm deeply worried. But I'm excited for Funny Little Guy. And you made 2022, which maybe is the worst year of my life. It's certainly up there, man. You made it habitable. You helped me get through it. And that's the thing I'll always think about with 2022. 20 years down the line, if I'm still alive and I can still remember this year, I'm going to remember how great my chat was, how much fun I had streaming. I'll remember the 7 months it took me to edit a Kirby video for sure. I'm gonna lie awake at night thinking about that one, but you made this year. You gave me a reason to get up. You gave me a reason to come home. You gave me a reason to do anything other than just lay on my floor. You've kept the candle of passion that burns inside me. You kept that fucker aflame. And I don't know how to repay you, because I've only got $14 in my wallet. I don't know how to say thank you enough. Those of you who went out of your way to check on me when my dad fell, broke his leg. Those of you who would DM me when I was working doubles and was clearly exhausted. Those of you who put up with maybe some of my more lackluster streams, and stuck around. Those of you who believe in me when I don't. I'm very fortunate. I'm very lucky. There are small streamers out there, smaller than me, who don't have that person that believes in them. They don't have that one person, let alone the multiple people I have. I'm very, very fortunate to have you all. I want to end this with a joke. I want to be like, and go subscribe with Prime Gaming at my Twitch channel. But that's not how I feel right now. I'm going to be honest. Right now, I just want to say thank you. I hope whatever you set out to do in 2022, you killed it. You knocked it out of the park. I hope whatever you set out to do in 2023, you kill it. You knock it out of the park. I hope whatever speed bumps, road bumps, and blockades come our way, your way, my way, that we find a way around them. Damn, that was slick. Oh, that was clean. Oh. I hope 2023 is the year you want it to be. And I hope to see you again in a year. I hope I'm here in a year doing a video with only good news. We all need a little bit of good news right now. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening to me. Sorry if this is a little too long. Sorry if it's a little too cringe. I'll catch ya, whether it's on YouTube or on Twitch, whether it's live or in the comments. I'll see you soon. Thanks for being here. You make me go, whoa, 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 whoa. Turn this off. Turn this shit off.